What's up guys, Blade Master here. You're watching the Wolf of Remus Total War channel as usual, and this is the second of 4 battles that I fought against Pyro. In this one, he chose one of our old favorited maps. I think this one was the... wow, why is it moving like that? Anyways, this one is the map of Pella, I believe. Just this custom map that we found. And in this one, I have taken Tylis, as you can see by these awesome tribal warriors with their crazy armor. So yeah, I've taken Tylis and he has taken Nervii. So Nervii is probably one of the weakest factions, I would say, in my opinion. And many people think that Tylis is also an incredibly weak faction. But I disagree with them just because patch 15 has revamped tribal warriors a whole lot. And the fact that Javelin Cavalry is much more powerful in this patch also helps them in a big way. So let's take a look at my build. I've brought a total of 4 Celtic Slingers who I'm going to put up top. And I've immediately moved my units to an angle so that... because actually I was honestly anticipating him to move his units around here and then create a defensive line in these forests because of the fact that he doesn't have any slingers of his own. So I brought 4 Celtic Slingers, a couple of Spear Warriors up in the center, and 2 Levy Freemen as well. They're going to form my second spear line. And then behind them I brought a total of 4 Tribal Warriors and a couple of Thracian Warriors. Finally, I've brought a total of 3 Raiding Horsemen and 3 Noble Cav. Now let's take a look at what he's brought. He's got a total of 3 Celtic Skirmishers, I believe. Yeah, 3 Celtic Skirmishers. And 2 Oathsworn and 3 Fierce Swords. So it's been a while since... actually, it's been a while since I've seen Nervii in general. So obviously it's been a while since I've seen Fierce Swords. I don't know if he's brought... yeah, he's taken Arjuvistus. Or not Arjuvistus. Bodilognatus. I'm not really sure what's the name of the Nervii guy. So besides them, he's brought a total of 6 cav, I believe. So 2 Mighty Horse and 1 Light Horse on either flank. And finally a couple of Spear Brothers. Spear Brothers. So now what I'm going to do is just focus fire 2 of my Celtic Slingers on one of his... actually, yeah, two of my Celtic Slingers on one of his Celtic Skirmishers. They have very good shields, so they should be able to last a decent amount. But yeah, I mean, repeated Slinger fire is not going to do too well for them. Ooh, Blackjack is very happy. I wonder why. I'll probably ask him after the replay. Anyways, these Raiding Horsemen have baited all of his cav, and now I'm going to try and charge in with my Noble Horse while he's not just, when he's trying to micro them. And they don't get a great charge because he counter charges well, and he brings one of his Spear Brothers as well. So I need to reinforce this flank pretty soon. So I turn 2 of my Celtic Slingers and order them to fire at this general area. Bring one of my Thracian Warriors in, and they should do really well in this in these situations. Damn it. Okay, so I guess this is probably useful. I'm going to charge in with my Noble Horse onto his Mighty Horse and Light Horse mix. And meanwhile, my Raiding Horsemen are just going to be showering javelins in that area. Celtic Slinger is getting quite a bunch of casualties, and that's good to see. My Thracian Warriors have also done really well, and now I'm going to start kiting back with my units, because I wanted to get as many kills as possible with his or against his swords and his skirmishers. So I'm going to kite back a little bit, but then it's a bit too late, and I have just enough time to put my guys into shield wall. Yeah, for some reason they just stop and shower a bunch of javelins point blank range. But anyways, it gives my guys enough time to form a spear wall, and you know, now they take a lot longer to die. And this is something that I've seen among not just Pyro, I mean among a lot of players. They just get really, they get too easily sucked into these shield wall formations. So what you could easily do is just put your guys into a very square, like narrow formation, something like that, and then run in through the gaps. It's very easy to do actually, and I've done it before and it works quite well. Now I'm going to move, instead of him, I'm going to move my tribal warriors through these gaps, one of them, and then go ahead and get a rear charge on his general. Meanwhile, the cav fight has swung in my favor. These Raiding Horsemen did really well actually. They baited out all of his cav, and now they've killed off that light horse because they just kept running after them, and that just gave them enough time to shower enough javelins. Now these raiding horsemen have done really well too. They've got a straight charge into his Celtic slingers after destroying a lot of his cav. Meanwhile, Celtic slingers are just still busy showering their little rocks. But the bulk of my damage is going to come from these tribal warriors. I popped Headhunt a bit too early, I believe, but it's still going to be effective. These other tribal warriors got 99 kills already, so quite well done. And these guys are just racking up the kills. Wow, it's awesome. What else is happening? Now, these noble horse are going to get a straight rear charge into these Oldsworn. He countercharges at the last second, but that's not going to be enough. At this point, it looks like my hammer and anvil tactics have worked. It's not looking really good for him, especially considering the fact that his basically all of his cav are done. Now, these tribal warriors, all they're going to do is just dance up in front and not throw their javelins. That's weird. When are they going to throw their javelins? Wow, they're just not doing anything. Ah, there we go. Just a couple of. Okay, I mean that clearly is something that needs to be tweaked on a little bit. Okay, but as for the rest of the game, it's not really looking very good for Pyro. I've got a lot of units behind his line, and Celtic slingers are just racking up the kills, and also my tribal warriors, of course. I charge in with one of them and then pull them back. No point in engaging. And yep, that's about it. I've mopped up the last of his forces. So close victory, and the reason I won was because I was able to hammer and anvil him. Yeah, that was just basically it. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to win that game otherwise. Ooh, we also brought a couple of Celtic bowmen, or Gallic hunters, which I forgot about. And these guys, they never really justify their cost. Even with their reduced cost, they're just still too shit. They should get like 160 or 170 range or something like that. Like they could be, CA could make them such awesome units. Put them like, I mean, they've got the existing like snipe ability or whatever, and then just give them like increased range. Anyways, these guys are like, they're not going to, you know, they don't have a lot of units. I think they're 3/4 the strength of regular archers. Not really sure, but I mean, in any case, these guys need to have like an increased range or something. Anyways, for the rest of my army, my slingers did quite well. My raiding horsemen did very, very well. Even this one, which just got 51 kills, actually killed off a light horse that pursued it and attacked it in the rear. So, it's I don't know, I would dare say that's OP, but these guys, raiding horsemen are not very powerful units in the first place. Tribal warriors did absolutely unbelievable. And fierce swords are not very strong units in the first place. I don't think he used Bodognatus in this, or his general ability in this game. Thracian warriors are as good as they were in the previous patch, so I'd say it's definitely a must to bring these guys. So that's about the end of my battle, guys, and hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.